Hi, and welcome to Yoga with Heidi for this post-workout yoga flow and myofascial release. I normally do these yoga poses and work with my myofascial balls when I'm done with my workout, whether that being strength training or a HIIT class or going on a long hike, whatever it is. It always feels really good to be able to stretch those muscles you've worked and to give yourself a little bit more with these myofascial release balls. So you're gonna need either some tennis balls, or if you have myofascial balls or lacrosse balls, that is great. Go grab those. If you have blocks, even better, go grab those blocks too. And then we're gonna get started, coming into a child's pose. So let's bring your knees out wide, bring the toes to touch, bring the sit bones back, and walk your hands forward. You're gonna drop the forearms and the elbows down, forehead down onto the earth. Maybe even want to massage your forehead, so move your head side to side. That feels good in your body. And then come to stillness here. Take a slow, long breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Slow breath in through the nose. This time, seal your lips, breathe out through the nose. Nice audible breath. Inhale. Let's activate the child's pose by lifting the elbows off your mat, spreading your fingers wide, and sliding the shoulders away from the ears, hugging your lower ribs in, hugging your belly button in. Maybe even get a little deeper stretch in the spine by sending the sit bones a little further back down towards the heels. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Lift your head up just enough that you can look forward and walk your hands over towards the left side of your mat, placing your right hand on your left and then sitting the sit bones back down towards the heels and finding that beautiful stretch down the right side of the body, from the right hip all the way to the right pinky. See if you can even send the breath to the right side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. So inhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat, child's pose, and then keep walking them over to the right side, bringing your left hand onto the right hand, sitting those sit bones back and getting that stretch down the left side of the body. Fill the left lungs here. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, you might even notice that the left rib cage expands a little bit more as you fill up the lungs, and exhale it out. Walk your hands, top of the mat, child's pose, breath in. Come up into all fours, breath out. Let's bring the knees directly underneath the hips, wrists under your shoulders, few rounds of cat and cow here. So inhale, lengthen the front of the body. As you exhale, hug it in, tilt the tailbone down, belly button to the spine, broadening in your upper back, chin to your chest. Nice. Inhale, lengthen. Hug it in, exhale. Make this feel really good. So go where it feels good in your body. One last time. Big breath in, we lengthen. Exhale and hug it in. Come to a neutral spine. You're going to bring your fingertips to face the outside of your mat. Thumbs to the front of the mat, and we're just going to move your body side to side. So we're getting a stretch now in the arms, the forearms, we're moving in the wrists, and we're getting in movement in the shoulders too. Just noticing how this feels. Maybe you drop your head, maybe you keep your head neutral. Listen to your body. Nice. Keep going, breathing here. Keep your core engaged, still hugging your lower ribs in, belly button into spine. Beautiful. Come back to center. And let's release, fingertips forward. Now you're going to take your left hand, flip it over. So the palm of your hand faces up and the back of the hand faces down onto the earth. And you can stay right here. Notice how this feels. It might be quite a hectic stretch. So maybe you bend the elbows a little. If you'd like to add on, you can always make a fist, which I can't in my hand, so I'm going to keep it straight. Let's just do a round of cat and cow here. Inhale, arch the spine. Hug your belly button in and exhale. One more round. Breath in. Hug it in, breath out. Come to a neutral spine. Release the hand, other hand, right? Palm of your hand faces up, back of the hand onto the mat, still keeping the wrist under the shoulders. You can stay right here. Keep engaging your core, or arch. Inhale. And cat, exhale. Arch, inhale. Cat, exhale. Come back to center, release. Just take a moment here just to notice how this feels. We're going to do one more wrist stretch. So taking your fingertips and moving them to about a 45-degree angle, or facing your fingertips towards the knees. You listen to your body. Now this is a pretty intense stretch, so don't worry if you can only go about 25, 45 degree or that 90 degree what I've got here. Now you can stay right here, hugging your lower ribs in, and then sit the sit bones back a little. This is intense, so no sharp pain here. Whenever we do any other stretching through this class, no sharp pain at all. You're going to move slowly with a lot of awareness and make adjustments accordingly so that you're not going to get injured because you're listening to your own body. Nice. And then release it. Come on out. Let's curl your toes and bring your sit bones onto the heels. Walk your hands towards the knees and sit all the way up. Now we're going to be stretching the back of your feet now. Circle sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Side stretch. Left hand down. Right arm all the way up, up and over. Nice. Come all the way up. Breath in. Right hand down, fingertips onto the earth, sending your left arm up and over. Come all the way up, breath in. Bring your hands onto your lower back. Bring the shoulder blades towards each other, elbows towards each other. Slide the shoulder blades down your back and open up through the neck. Beautiful. And then slowly release. Come onto all fours. We're going to uncurl those toes, and this is going to feel so good. Tap to the top of your feet. Nice. All right, we're going to take a seat now onto these heels again, but now the tops of your feet are pressing down on the earth. So we're going to get a stretch through the shins. So reach your arms nice and high. Breath in. Let's twist it. So bring the right hand to the outside of your right thigh or knee and send your left arm back. Beautiful. Breath in here. Breath out. Okay, both arms up. Reach up. Fill the lungs up. Twisting on the other side. Exhale it out. Nice long spine. Breath in. Maybe you twist a little deeper if it feels good in your body. Breath out. Both arms go all the way up. Breath in. This time, bring your hands behind you. Fingertips forward. Elbows back. Palm your hands onto the earth. Bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Slide them down the back. And you can stay right here. Fill the lungs up here. Or maybe even lift the hips up. Beautiful. Bring those hips down and slowly come up on the fingertips. Stand up tall, reach arms up, breath in. Twist to the left, breath out. Both arms up, breath in, reach. Twist to the right, breath out. Both arms up, inhale. Bring your hands behind you. We're going to add on. So fingertips forward, elbows back, palm of your hands onto the earth. Open up through the chest by moving the shoulder blades towards each other and down the back. Now you can stay right here or maybe lift the knees up. Now this could be pretty hectic at first, so be very gentle and slow. And we just lift up those knees to get a really deep stretch down the shins and the tops of the feet. Getting into the quads too. Nice. Let's come all the way up. Fingertips. Sit up tall. Walk your hands forward. Meet us in a downward facing dog. Lifting those hips nice and high. Think about spinning your inner thighs towards the back of the room. Legs can be straight. Legs can be bent. Completely up to you. What does this feel like? And then bring awareness to the shoulder blades. Make sure you slide them away from your ears. Hug the shoulder blades into the upper back. So you should feel the muscles on the side of the ribs activate. Hug your lower ribs in. Take a breath in here. Breath out. Let's send your right leg all the way up and back. Inhale. Bend the knee and then roll your hip open. Exhale it out. Press down through the right hand. Palm presses down into the floor, feeling a deeper stretch on the right side of the body. Right leg goes all the way up and back. And step it through moon pose. Bring your back knee down and you want a nice hip distance apart from that right leg and left leg. This is when you grab your blocks and place them on either side. Inhale, let's lift your arms all the way up. Tilt your tailbone down, lift your pelvic floor up and in. You're activating the left hamstring. Cactus your arms and open your chest. Bring that right knee forward over your right toes. Feeling that stretch through the quads, hip flexors, and the abs. Opening up through the pecs. Arms go up, breath in. Let's do that again, breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, reach your arms nice and high. Bring your hands onto the blocks and come into a runner's lunge. So lifting that back knee up. Bring the hips down and square off the hips. So send that right hip back. Beautiful. Collarbone forward. Breath in here. Twist it. Left hand down. Right arm all the way up. Inhale. And exhale. Right hand comes back down onto blocks or the mat. Take a breath in here. Let the hips come down. You're opening through the front of the body a little bit more. And then lift the hips up, straightening that front leg, squaring off your hips, pyramid pose variation. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold forward, breath out. Let's bring your toes towards your face. Right toes come up, nice. Quarter turn, straddle, forward fold. So bring the toes in, heels out. Feel free to keep the knees bent. And I want you to think about taking your inner thighs and spinning them to behind you. Lengthening through your spine, placing your hands underneath your shoulders on the floor. Bring your left hand under the nose, right arm goes up for a twist. Nice. Bring your right hand down. Left arm goes up, up, and twist. Beautiful. Bring your left hand back down. You're going to pivot to face the back of the room. And you're going to bring your hands on the inside of your left leg. Bring your back knee down. And allow your hands to come, palms to come down on the earth. Maybe even slide your right knee back a little. Just get a really deep stretch in that right hip flexor. And then let the left knee come out to the side. So you're on the outer edge of your left foot. The right hand can stay right underneath the right shoulder and sending your left arm up for a nice twist. Feel free to stay right here, or if you want the quad stretch a little deeper, you're going to bring that right heel in towards the sit bones and maybe hold on to your foot. No sharp pain here. You want to feel a beautiful deep stretch that you can easily breathe through, because there's no point in stretching a muscle, asking your body to relax when you can't even breathe through holding the pose. If you can't breathe, you can't relax. So listen to your body. Let's release the back leg, left hand to the top of your mat. Curl your back foot, lift your back knee up, and then you're going to step your right foot top of your mat, ragdoll. So legs nice and wide apart, bend the knees, pinkies opposite elbow creases, and let your head be heavy. You may sway your body side to side, up and down, whatever feels good. Nice. Release your hands and slowly, slowly roll all the way up. Circle sweep your arms up to the sky. Big breath in here. Hands to heart center, exhale it out. Circle sweep your arms up, breath in. Fold it forward, breath out. Halfway lift, inhale. Spin those inner thighs to the back of the mat. Nice. Place your hands down to the earth, step it back. Downward facing dog. Exhale it out. Take a breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh. Left leg up and back, breath in. Bend the knee, roll your hip open, breath out. Activate your right quad so you come out of that right hip, creating a little space there. And get a little deeper into the stretch. Left leg goes up and back, squaring off the hips. Step it through, moon pose. Back knee comes down, reach your arms nice and high. Lift on up. As you exhale, cactus your arms, send that left knee forward. Now, if this doesn't feel good in your body, don't go so deep. Listen to where you need to go. Reach up, inhale, hug belly button in. Exhale, let's go down a little bit more. Nice. Reach your arms nice and high. Breath in. Runner's lunge. Curling your back foot. If you haven't already, lift your back knee up. Collarbone forward. Squaring off the hips. Nice strong legs here. Breath in. Twist. Breath out. Right hand down. Left arm up. Another breath in here. Breath out. Runner's lunge. Inhale, look forward, hips down, get a deep stretch front of the body. Pyramid pose variation, fold it forward. Come as high as you can on the ball of your back foot. Think about squaring off your hips. Halfway lift, breath in, fold forward, breath out. Toes towards your face. Inhale, quarter turn to face the side of the mat. Toes in, heels out. Press down through the outer edges of your feet. Send your arms out like aeroplane arms or a letter T. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Straighten out those arms and then fold it forward. Now listen to your body. Maybe someday you can rinse out those shoulders really well and other days you can't. Like today, I can't. So just listen to your body. And then release it. Bring your hands back down to the earth. Halfway lift. Breath in. Quarter turn to face the front of the room. Let's bring your back knee down. Hands on the inside of your right foot. You can heel toe that right leg out a little bit more, creating more space in the hips. And then left hand comes down, right arm comes up, and let that right knee come out to the right side. You're on the outer edge of your right foot. Add in any variation you want here by maybe bending the back leg and holding onto your foot. Think about bringing those shoulder blades towards each other, really opening up through the front of the body. And then breathe here. If you notice that there's any tension, send your breath there, send your awareness there, but remember, no sharp pain. You should be easily able to breathe through the slight discomfort. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, release it. Undo the hands. Bring the right hand down. Lift the back knee up. Step your left foot forward, coming into a malasana squat. So you're going to bring your toes out, heels in. I like to use a block and sit right down onto the block. You can stack the blocks. You don't even need to use the blocks. Upper arms on the inner thighs and my hands in heart center in prayer. Sitting up nice and tall and then breathing here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in, breath out. Bring your hands down to the earth. Lift up those sit bones. Heel toe your feet about hip distance apart. Move the blocks out of the way. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold forward, breath out. Roll all the way up. Stand nice and tall. Arms reach up to the sky. Inhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale it out. Take a breath in. And a breath out. All right, opening up your eyes and go grab your tennis balls or myofascial balls or lacrosse balls. Okay, we are going to massage our feet. So taking the ball down onto the mat and we're just going to roll it back and forward. Now you're going to get into every part of this foot here. So get into the arch of the foot, top of the foot, on the outside, towards the back of the foot, wherever it is, just keep moving it backwards and forwards. Nicely done. Keep going. You can go slowly, you can go fast. You can lean forward to get a little more pressure in. You can lean back to release some of that pressure. Now, very important when we do myofascia is you never want to feel sharp pain. You will be uncomfortable. There will be some discomfort, sometimes a little bit of pain, but nothing that you can't breathe through. That's the key. If you can't breathe through it, back off. All right? All right, let's release, and we're going to do the other side. Okay, so what is myofascia? Well, myofascia is muscle and its associated fascia. Fascia is a connective tissue that wraps around your whole body. Think of it like a spider web. That's exactly kind of what it looks like. And it kind of functions like a sweater where you have one thread that makes up the sweater. It's all connected. So there's no beginning or end of a fascia. All right, keep that in mind. I'll explain later why that's important. So we're going to get into the arch of the foot, and the outside, top, back. Nicely done. All right, now release that, and let's just spread your toes nice and wide, feet hip distance apart. Close your eyes and just take 2 breaths here. So just notice how you feel. You might feel that your feet are taking up more room on your mat. You might feel some warmth, maybe even some tingling feelings. But all our nerve endings come into and finish up into the fascia. So you would get a lot of feeding in sensation from that. Take a breath in and out, release. Nice. All right, coming onto a seat, we're going to move on to the calves. Especially after a good leg day workout, you want to do this, feet all the way up the legs. So we're going to put your ball under the calf like that. Bring your hands behind you, and then we're just going to roll it forward and back. So lifting the sit bones up, we're going to roll it forward and back. And again, you want to get in all different parts of the calf. So you can roll your toes out, you can roll your toes in. You can get on the inside, get on the outside, go down the middle, whatever feels good. Now you can really massage any muscular part of your body with myofascial release. You can explore and figure stuff out for yourself. There are some places that you should never put pressure on with a myofascial ball, and that's going to be your bones. That's also going to be any inflammation or a bruise, a cut. Stay away from that. You also don't want to go in your coccyx. You don't want to go in the xiphoid right over here, and you also want to stay from your carpal tunnel on the wrist here. Also, front of your neck here. Don't want to do that. Okay, so a couple more times here. And then we're going to release the side. Other leg, same setup. Now, you might not want to do the backwards and forwards. You might just want to cross your leg and just hang out here one spot at a time. You can do that. I'm going to roll backwards and forwards. Okay, so myofascia. We got these muscle fibers. Think about them like spaghetti. And each little spaghetti is covered with a fascia. And you get a bundle of those, put those together, and that's covered with a fascia. And you get a few bundles of that, and you make a shape of the muscle, like the calf muscle, and there is myofascia covering that too. And so what happens is we want the fascia to glide past each other. The fascia glide past the fascia, and the fascia gliding past the muscle fiber. And things will move beautifully then, right, when everything's well used, well hydrated. But we misuse, overuse, underuse muscles, and sometimes we're dehydrated too. And so what will happen is the fascia velcros to the muscle fiber or other fascia, and you feel this tension building. But because everything is connected, think of that sweater. You pull one part of the sweater, you can see the damage in other parts of the sweater too. So this is very similar. All right, you guys ready to add on? You're going to take the balls and place them right here at the hamstrings, almost towards the sit bones, but not. Remember, we're not going to put them right on the sit bones. And we're staying in the muscle group, the hamstrings. Straighten out the legs, and you want to lean forward. Nice. This one's kind of intense. All right, so we're going to bring the toes in and out. And just breathing here. Beautiful. So we're hydrating this fascia, we're hydrating the muscle by adding this pressure. When you think about like a sponge, you squish the sponge up and then it fills up with water once you move that pressure away from it. That's what we're doing here too. The fascia's got these water loving molecules that once you apply this pressure on it, it will just like find some water around it and bring it in and be well hydrated. Okay, let's move the ball down the hamstrings. You might have to lean forward a little bit more, maybe even grab those blocks and lean. Now you can bring the toes in and out, or you can just hang out here. It's completely up to you. Just breathe through it. Nice. All right. Release, and we're going to do one more here on the legs. My absolute favorite one is to lie down on your back. You're going to take both those balls and you're going to lift them, your hips up and place the balls on your lower back. So the upper glutes, lower back, not on the bones. And feet are towards the sit bones, knees to the sky. And you're just going to sway your hips side to side and go as deep onto either side as you want. You can push down, you can lift up a little. It's completely up to you. And we're going to spend this time here just exploring all these areas. This is a very tender area. You tend to feel a lot more discomfort here, so make sure you can breathe through it all. Maybe you want to come here and just hang out here, or even bring the knees over a little bit more. Whew, breathe. And then the other side, you want to maybe drop those knees over a little bit more. Kind of getting in that corner edge of the glutes there. Outer hips, upper glutes. Nice. And we release. Nicely done. Just come into a Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet touch, knees out wide, butterfly legs. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just take a moment to breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nicely done. All right, slowly make your way up to a seat. We're going to do one more myofascia, and that's going to be on the pecs here. So there's a couple of ways you could do this. You can bring your ball onto the pecs, hand on there, and you can just massage it side to side like that, up and down. You can do this anytime, especially after a long day at work when you're sitting like this. Yeah, that'll feel real good too. Or you're going to take the balls and you're going to lie down on your stomach, and you're going to place the balls right here on the pecs and put them down. Now, you might not feel anything here, so you might want to take the blocks and do the same. The blocks and the corner of the edge is coming into the pecs here. And then just breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe even dropping your head down so you get a stretch down the back of the neck. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and out. Beautiful. Slowly make your way up. Come onto all fours. And we're going to come into a half pigeon. So bring your right knee to the right side of your mat. Cross your shins across the mat. Bring your right heel towards your left hips. So you don't need to have your shin parallel to the front of the mat. Maybe it feels good for you to do that, then you do so. But listen to your body. You don't want to be sitting down on that hip. You actually want to be coming up like that. So maybe even grabbing a block and placing it underneath the right sit bones to help you stay up. That's super helpful. And then maybe bringing the block to the front of your mat here, and you're going to fold it forward. Use this block as a pillow. And I'm going to add another stretch here that you are welcome to add to this or not. You can stay right here. But you're going to take your right hand across your body and then your left hand arm across your body like this. So it's got like these, they're called dragonfly arms here. They look like wings. And then you can just drop your head here. So now you're getting a stretch in the upper back as well as in the right outer hip. And just breathe here. Remember, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Or back out of it. Add a little more support. No sharp pain. Focus just on the breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, breath out. And slowly slide the forms back to center so that you can undo those. And then walk your hands up, move props out of the way, and then come onto all fours. Maybe even a little visiting child's pose, just to lengthen the spine again. Reset. And then make your way into half pigeon. Other side, left knee towards the left outer mat. Walk that right leg back. Make sure the top of your right foot is on the mat. So first we're going to set up. So I'm going to use a block to put it under my left sit bone so I'm not moving into the left sit bone, but rather squaring off my hips. And feel free to stay right up here. You don't need to fold forward too. But I'm going to fold forward. I'm going to use the block as a pillow to support me. And this time I'm going to bring the right forearm across towards my body, then the left forearm, and then walk those hands out, getting a little deeper in this pose, getting a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. You might even feel the skin stretching. It feels so good here. It needs to feel good. If it doesn't, make adjustments. Easy breathing. When our breath is relaxed, our body can relax. And then when our body is relaxed, the muscles and the fascia stretch a little deeper. We're also slowing our heart rate down, calming our central nervous system down, so we move into the rest and digest. When we're in the rest and digest, that's when we start to restore, replenish, and repair. Help us recover from the workout you've just done. Nice. Let's slide the forearms back in to support you to come all the way up. Another child's pose. So move the blocks out of the way. And just set the sit bones back down. Come onto all fours. You're going to swing the legs around and come into my absolute favorite pose. Help stretch after a workout. I call it starfish pose because that's what it looks like in your body. You look like you're a starfish. So you're going to lie down and make sure you have a block. If you don't have a block, feel free to use a pillow or a blanket rolled up. All right, you're going to take this block. Your knees are bent, feet towards the sit bones. Lift the hips up so you can place the block. I like it on the lowest setting or the middle setting. High setting is a little intense. It might not feel good, but you could try it out and see what it feels like in your body. And then you're going to extend the legs nice and long. Look like a starfish. So reach your arms out, legs out, and just relax here. It should feel really, really good. If it doesn't, move the block down a setting. Or add some cushioning. It's just a gentle opening of the hip flexor muscles. Breathe here. Maybe you want to just count the breaths. Inhale for 4. And slower, longer, smoother exhale for 6. Inhale, count of 4. Exhale, slow, count of 6. One more round. Breath in. Breath out. Bring your hands down by your side. Slide your feet up towards the sit bones so you can move the block out of the way as you press your feet down on the earth. Lift the hips up. Move the block. And then bring your lower back down to the earth. Heel toe your feet out towards the edges of your mat and let your knees drop. Bring one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And just breathe here. You can stay here as long as you like. But if you'd like to join me, please bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. Let the thumbs rest right onto the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope we get to do this again soon. Please bring your thumb to your forehead center. Namaste.